Okay, here's a nice exponential function here. We know it's exponential for a few reasons. One, it says exponential. Two, looking at the graph, it's got this curve thing going on. Now, there are a few things that you just have to know about exponential functions. The first, and we almost have to answer 5 here in order to do 4, is that exponential functions have something called horizontal asymptotes. A horizontal asymptote, and it's one of my most favorite words to spell. A horizontal asymptote is a horizontal line that the graph of this is never going to cross through. So if you look at this, function is going up as it's going this way, and if you start going on negative x values to this way, it's going to start approaching this line here, but it's never going to cross it. If you were to make a table of this function up here, you would see that it's getting closer and closer and closer to that output value, but it's never quite going to get there. So the line that I just traced, what line is that? How could we say that this line that goes through -3 on the y-axis? Well, it's horizontal. Any horizontal line is just going to be y equals whatever the y-intercept is. So in this case, the asymptote for this function is y equals -3. Now that's going to help us with the domain and range for the number 4 here. The domain is any possible x value you can put in. Now, since it's exponential, and all you're doing is putting in an x value, using it as an exponent on 2, and then subtracting 3 from it, you can put in anything. You can put in any input, and you'll get an output. So, all real numbers. The range is going to be anything above this asymptote. So you have an asymptote at -3, and we just said, and we have to just know this because it's the definition of an asymptote, the line is never going to cross -3. It's never going to touch it. So we need to use a symbol that would mean it's going to get close, but it's never going to quite get there. So y greater than -3. There's your range. End behavior. End behavior is as x goes this way, what's y going to do? Or as x goes this way, what's y going to do? If x is going this way, it's going towards -infinity. If it's going this way, it's going towards +infinity. So that's how we're going to start. So as x approaches -infinity, or as x approaches +infinity, and as you can see, I'm awesome at drawing infinity signs. What is y approaching? Let's do the +infinity first. As x is going this way, if you travel up this exponential curve, you're just going to keep going up. Your output values will keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Each time you increase x, y will increase also. So it's going to keep moving towards infinity, forever and ever. Now, as you're going this way on the curve, you're going down, 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 y will keep getting smaller and smaller, but it'll never cross this asymptote of -3. So we say as x is approaching -infinity, as you're going more to the left on the x-axis, y is approaching the asymptote at -3.